Hi soul family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this week's video is going to be honest messages from spirits. The timestamps will be down below. Just choose what SpongeBob you are drawn to intuitively, and this might be one of my favorite readings. However, I do want to announce that I officially made a new service where I'm offering higher self activation options as a PDF file and also as a one-on-one coaching with me. The PDF file is for those who just want to work one-on-one with themselves, take it step by step, and the actual service with me, we will start to tackle like the things in your life that either your limited beliefs or what you need to do. We'll create an action plan on what you need to do to be able to align with your higher self. So all of the things that I offer in my service is on my website down below if you want to check it out. Overall, I help you to align and let go of the current reality that you are stuck in, and really just embrace your higher self. So if that's something that you're interested in, that will be down in the description box down below. I don't know why it's so hard to talk today. But yeah, I'll see you guys in whatever pile that you choose. Thank you for staying for this mini advertisement. I keep forgetting to advertise the things that I make, so I'm gonna do that more. Yeah. So I'll see you in whatever pile that you choose. Bye bye. Okay, pile number one. Okay, so I had to wear my Doodle Bop shirt for this video because I love SpongeBob. However, babes, I was getting so frustrated before starting your reading. If I look over here, I have like the image on the screen, and I also have a channeled message that I'll read in a second. However, group number one, I was so frustrated. The smallest things were frustrating me, and I feel like it's because you guys are watching a pot boil. When spirit is saying that things are going to shift in your reality, this is my collective where you've done a lot of internal work. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you haven't. Spirit knows that you have. However, you cannot wait to live. You can't wait to live. You're literally waiting to live. There's a frequency that I added down below in the star seeds raise your vibration, and I think it'll be very helpful for this collective. It's to get out of the frequency of neediness and be in the frequency of fulfillment. Be grateful for the life you have now, so you're not constantly watching the clock to see, oh, when are things going to shift, because the funny thing is, things are going to shift for you the minute you detach. And that's the sick part. I know that's the sick part. I know you just want to like scream and throw things like, damn, what the, like, why I gotta like completely detach? I've done all the internal work and now you're telling me to detach? I feel like you feel like it's a sick game. A sick game. You don't like that shit. I'm gonna be honest. But it's the truth. You gotta do it. Gratitude and detachment is really what you are waiting on right now. Like, you've done everything else. So this is my collective where you're in God's waiting room and you're patiently waiting, but you're not so patient. Okay, I'm just being honest. Just don't shoot the messenger, okay? But I feel like you just need like a hobby, things to really distract you with, like the life that you're shifting into. What are the hobbies that version of you has? What do you do in your day to day? Just keep doing that, because the funny thing is, when we wait on big manifestations, when they do eventually like materialize, your life will continue. So it's like, just live your life now. Yeah, that's the best I got for you. I know you're probably just like, so let me read the channel message that's there. You are in God's waiting room right now, patiently waiting for your reality to catch up. What you have manifested has already manifested vibrationally. It is just a matter of time. However, Spirit wants you to enjoy your life now. Be present. Stop waiting to live when your manifestation materializes. You did your part. Let Spirit do the rest. So this is my collective where you're in a state of surrender, but you also love control. So it's very hard for you right now. And I really do recommend that frequency, because detachment is what you're really needing right now, and to focus on other things. Because you guys have healed and healed and healed and healed, and then that's to say that you don't have things to still heal from. It's just like, it's time for you to start living. Okay, what are your other messages for group number one? Group number one, Spirit, what are your other messages for group number one? Anything else for group number one? Anything else for group number? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. So I feel like, hold on, let me just flip over all these cards, because you guys could be seeing the number 999 a lot. It's like you guys are very much like, it's like you can feel the vibration change. Like, you know that things are coming for you that are good, but you hate the wait. You hate the wait. It's like making you anxious. So I feel like you need to calm your anxiety. Like, listen to frequencies to heal your nervous system. That playlist that I made is really going to be very helpful for this group. I feel like right now you just need to calm your nerves and really detach from the things that you want to see materialize, because you've done the internal work, and you may have like an obsessive personality where you learn everything about the universe, you align with it, and then now that you're not seeing things change, you feel frustrated. You're like, oh my god, does manifestation not work for me? But it does. You're just forgetting about the detachment part because you love control. So this is for my collective, where it's like, you know, things can shift for you at any moment, because I keep hearing the song, like that gospel song, not much longer now, things are about to shift quickly. So I feel like Spirit really wanted you to hear this part, because that's the only part that you need right now, is to just really calm your anxiety. However, Spirit is letting me know that a happy timeline, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be way better than what you expected. You guys are aligning with soulmates, soul family, like everything that you want plus more. You know, but I feel like you guys need to be a vibrational match for it. So when I say that, I mean like your energy, your emotions is really what's not clicking. I'm hearing what's not clicking, Steven. So it's like you really need to, because if you're stepping into a happy timeline but you're anxious, you're not a vibrational match for it. It's like, yes, you've done the internal work, but Spirit wants you to connect to the timeline by your feelings. Really get a hold of your feelings. So maybe like if you need to get up and move your body frequently because you suffer from anxiety and depression, do that. If you need to listen to frequencies to calm your nervous system, you do that. Reset that, because you guys are coming out of fight or flight mode, and I feel like you've always had to control your reality, control the people around you. And you're doing a really good job because you're a master manifester. I see that in your energy. However, it's the letting go part. It's really the letting go part that's really having you by the ankles right now. And some of you guys are feeling very beat the fuck up. After all you've been through, after all my life I had to fight, coming out of terrible relationships, you just want your happy beginning now. And I understand. I feel you. I understand. But Spirit is calling you to detach. To detach, heal your anxiety, really work on your feelings. Like, how do you feel? That's going to be the most important thing for you to be in alignment with this manifestation at this time. So I would honestly recommend like listening to I think it's also in the playlist I created. There's this frequency for gratitude. I always listen to it before I go to bed. And I always write down like, what am I grateful for in the morning when I wake up? I feel like you guys just need to be in that frequency of focusing on what you do have, so you're out of this state of lack and neediness. So that's really what's coming up for this collective. Some of you guys could also be in Aries, Leo, Sag. But yeah, a lot of things are changing for you in this year. This is your year, I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like it's just really right now, where you're stuck at is the attachment to the outcome. That's really what's happening for you right now. And Spirit wants you to slow down and rest, because I feel like you've done so much, and some type of message Spirit is going to deliver to you when you slow down and get still. That's coming through. Let's get some light activation codes, actually. All right, Spirit, for group number... On the bottom, we have I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. I feel like this collective, you have really tapped into the I am presence. You are a master manifester. So what I'm getting is like, maybe you are manifesting things in your reality now that you're not that attached to. So it's like, if you think about something, say you say, oh my God, I want, I could really use like, I don't know, like a Snapple or an Arizona right now, and somebody brings it to you. That's been coming to you, like you've been noticing quick shit like that, but you're like, the big stuff that I'm waiting for, where is it? You know, you've been waiting on it, but it's like, because you're so attached to it is why it's taking so long. So I feel like if you get anything from this reading, babes, you have to detach. And I know it's easier to say, it's easier to say it, but you know, I definitely do think the frequencies will help you, because yeah, I understand control. I had to use those frequencies too, so I understand you. I feels you. Okay, I'm not judging you. Okay, but however, this is the message from Spirit, and I gotta deliver it. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are in creator mode. You know, it's just you're being called to like really slow down, detach, put you first. Like live in the reality where you are on a pedestal and you're not putting your manifestations above you. You know what I mean? It's like if it's not If it doesn't feel normal to you, then you're not going to pull it in. So it's like, say if you're manifesting, I don't know, 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, but you know, you're constantly like thinking about it. You're constantly like, oh my God, I don't know if I deserve it, da 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 da. You're already putting it above you. It's out of your reach. Versus if you were, imagine the reality where you already had it, you wouldn't be worried about it. You know what I mean? Anything else for pile number 1? Some of you guys could have a gap tooth. I think gap tooths are so cute. Oh, okay. At the bottom we have Shambhala initiations. Retreating to recharge, trusting the process, dharma. So I feel like right now you guys are in a state of surrender. Spirit literally just needs you to trust the process. Whatever you've been manifesting, it's going to be way better than what you're imagining. I'm just going to let you know right now. However, it is in alignment with your divine purpose. So it is going to happen. But you are so hyper fixated on it that it feels like you're in your own personal hell. That's literally what I'm getting. It's like, you know, when you're waiting, you're just like, you're just sitting there waiting like so anxiously. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So you guys can also wear blue to calm your anxiety as well. Just use whatever you can to your benefit. You know, I feel like, if you guys are like witchy, you can take like a blue gem, like a blue stone like this, and the next portal or on a regular day, whatever you feel, just write down that you want to be able to calm your anxiety. Like, you know, whenever you wear this jewelry, it calms your anxiety. It aligns you with like fulfillment. You're not in a state of neediness. Like, use your manifestation to your benefit. So if Spirit's saying that, because you guys are already in the I am presence, so if Spirit's saying that all you need to do is detach, find ways to detach. You guys are very smart. So I would say write it down, manifest that. If that's what you need, then manifest the energy. You know, like if you can't figure it out on your own, and you can't do it by your own willpower, manifest it. Manifest the need, to let go of the need to detach, and to also, like, you know, get out of the state of anxiety. So things will start to reveal itself for you as well, you know, when you do that. The chamber, the violet flame. You know, this is reminding me, guys, I just created a guided meditation. I don't know if it's going to come out before this video. However, I would recommend like doing this guided meditation with your shadow, because I feel like you guys do suffer from like negative thoughts that do come up that have to do with like things that haunt you from the past as well. You know, I know you do like your shadow work, but sometimes I feel like that inner child, that shadow side of you still needs your attention. That's coming up. So that might be what Spirit is calling you to be still about, is what I'm getting. Karmic release, radical transformation. So you're releasing something right now too, as well. This could also be your need for control, you know. Venetian Galactic Council, star being guides. Answer the call, time to shine. You guys, I feel like the divine is backing your dreams 101%, because you are here to also help the planet. So whoever you guys are, you're very much my starseeds pile, and the divine has your back like a bra strap. You are always being protected. So it's like, even if you want to manifest something, you are really good at manifesting, but you will experience delays because you are always being protected. So right now, if you're being stalled right now, ask yourself, why am I being protected right now? What is Spirit protecting me from? What do I need to heal before I can align with this timeline, before I can receive what I want, you know? Seraphim Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. So I'm getting that you guys are here to communicate about something, write about something. This is so crazy. You might also choose another pile. I haven't even done the other piles yet, but I'm getting like you might be drawn to pile 3. But yeah, you guys have beautiful voices. Maybe you're meant to sing, you know. Let me know. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comments. Let's see. Some of you guys could have been born in the year of the snake. Perhaps you are reminded all too often just how quickly the phases in your life can shift, one change after the other. You are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Y'all, listen to me. Things are going to shift for you very quickly. I just feel like you need to detach. This is the last time I'm going to say, I really highly recommend you listening to those frequencies to detach. Because that's literally the only thing that you're waiting on. You will always be like in the state of learning new things, because since you are here to teach, you're going to have to evolve and grow to teach. So that's a never-ending cycle for you. However, what you are waiting on, it just requires you to let it go. You know, I realize the moments when I let things go, it's just, Spirit Spirit be like, oh, you're done obsessing about this. Here you go. It does feel like a sick joke. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's great to detach. It does feel like a sick joke. With somebody coming from like control issues, it does feel like a sick joke. So I understand. I really do. Like I feel like I see you, you know? Any messages from Spirit for group number 1? Any message for group number 1? Anything else for group number 1, Spirit? Anything else for group number 1? Okay. Let's see. Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. They can only understand from their level of perception. That's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth or the beauty you hold within. Stand tall in your power. So what I'm getting is some of you guys, you guys are very much deeply, like, you're good at your shadow work, yes. But you also have a very strong masculine energy. And I feel like in this lifetime, you're meant to heal that. Because you go head first. You charge head first into the things that you want to manifest. And then your feelings kind of get a back burner. You kind of hate being slowed down by your feelings. I'm not gonna lie. However, Spirit don't play about you. You have to feel your feelings and purge and release. I say that to say there's still something from the past that you're feeling, but you're like, you found a way to like kind of push it to the side still. I'm not saying that you didn't feel some of it. I'm just feeling like there's like this lingerance, like, you know, like the little drop at the end of a cup. Like you're just like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm ready for the life of my dreams. However, I still feel like there's another cry that you're going to have before things shift. And it's going to be very unexpected. Whatever clarity or truth that Spirit is bringing to you about your feelings, it's going to be with your inner child. It's going to be with your shadow. So I do highly recommend looking out for that guided meditation that I'm going to make. Because, yeah, I'm just like finishing up the editing. So I don't know if I'm put it out before this one. I just feel like, yeah. Or just look up a regular shadow, like, guided meditation to really connect with that, because I feel like that's the answer, that's the key that you're looking for, because this is my collective where you find the needle in the haystack, trust, because you're ready to shift. I know you're ready. Yeah, so I don't know, I feel like you're just like running from like something right now. That's what I'm feeling. Let's see. Okay, so we have, don't allow negative emotions to fester. If you're feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them, work with them, then true healing can really begin. So I feel like you guys get slowed down a lot when you try to like run from your feelings. I definitely do feel that. However, it's like, you can't move on to the next step until you feel. Some of you guys could really have a Pisces rising or an Aries rising is what I'm getting. You are forced to feel your feelings. You really are. You have to feel in order to move on. Because you can keep going, trust, without even like acknowledging your feelings. But yeah, your inner child needs you to get like this with it. Okay. That's coming up. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interests at heart. We love you. I feel like your guides have to tell you that they love you a lot, because it's like tough love, because it's like, you know what, like you may want something, but the Spirit's like, haha, no. You know, because maybe it's like not in alignment, or it might lead you down a wrong path. You're definitely highly protected in the spiritual realm, and it may feel like frustration in your reality, you know, tower moments, people leaving your life, but you are very protected. Spirit protects you from a lot of things that could have gone worse. I get that a lot. For you, whatever you have been putting off, don't procrastinate any longer. Tackle that long overdue project. You will feel better once you begin. Start with one thing at a time. Thoughts and ideas not acted upon are just laying in wait. You can do this. So I feel like this is my collective where Spirit is saying that you need to balance your masculine energy with your feminine. Sometimes you just charge headfirst into things and then you reach burnout. You hit burnout. It's because you're not balancing your energy well. So you're being called to really like balance your energy good. Okay. Focus on healing internally. Feminine energy is required. Balance your masculine energy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right, Spirit, for group number 1. Some of you guys could do ballet. That's coming up. Or maybe you like ballet. Or used to. First house, Aries. Aries rising. Literally, I'm taking it as a confirmation. Okay. Anything else? Ooh. That door closed for a reason. The divine has something better. Anytime a door closes in your face, it's because the divine wants to give you better. It's all about like what you manifest. Sometimes you guys can manifest, I don't know, say you want like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, right? But Spirit wants to give you 50,000 and you're like sitting there like, oh God, please give me the 10,000. Like, no, you deserve better. Ask me for more. I feel like that's how your spirit team works. Of course, people with no boundaries are going to react negatively to your boundaries. Life is good and it's only getting better. I feel like that's a nice mantra that you can say to align, to stay in that energy of like, okay, things are good now and I know that they will get better. Sort your mail, pay old bills, and check your emails. Capricorn could be significant. Make sure you don't forget to eat. Some of you guys might be obsessively thinking about the future and you might forget to eat sometimes. You know the answer already. Okay. As you grow and evolve, people will naturally fall out of your life. It is okay. They will be replaced with those who match your new frequency. Mourn those connections. Know you deserve people who are willing to grow. I know you deserve people who are willing to grow. However, there's a part of you that still hasn't fully cried and let go of what you thought things would have been. And why did I feel like I thought I saw like a red dot fly across the screen? I don't know. I gotta rewatch that because that looked odd. Heal your father wound. Self-esteem, healing, attachment style, abandonment wounds. So what you can do, you can use therapy, self-reflection / awareness, forgiveness and acceptance. So I'm really getting forgiveness for yourself, for all the things you've done in the past that you may feel ashamed of. You guys are the collective where you feel like, I should have known better, but it's like you were wounded. You didn't really understand that you were acting out of those wounds. You wanted to help yourself, but you couldn't help yourself because it was like how you felt internally that made you make those decisions. So you need to forgive that version of you. That's coming up very heavy. And self-discipline. You need a routine. That's coming up. And we have alchemist. You have befriended your shadow, and I feel like this is what Spirit is saying that you need to do. Get closer to your shadow. So that is my message for pile number 1, my darling. I hope you got something from this. I'm sending you so much love. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to this week's reading. So I have the image on the screen and I also have a channeled paragraph as well. But before I even read the paragraph, your image made me laugh the most. I love this meme. However, for you, the honest truth that Spirit wants you to hear, I'm sorry if I'm laughing, it's just the image makes me laugh every time I see it. The honest truth is Spirit wants you to chill. Really chill. Right now, you acting a mess. You are acting a mess. And the thing is, you're purging fear from your body, so I can understand why you're acting a mess. But you see how, like, in the image, everybody else is calm and he's just the one acting like, what's happening? And I feel like it's because Spirit, you just came out of a major tower moment where things just crumbled for you, but because Spirit had to take you out of an environment that was not good for you. You were sticking somewhere that you weren't meant to stick, and you said you wanted to align with divine love in this lifetime, and you signed some type of contract where it's like, if you're not moving, Spirit moves you. Okay, that's what I got off of the image alone. But you're purging fear, and it can feel very scary when you're aligning with love, when all your life you had to fight. You've always been in survival mode. You had to grow up very fast. You never had a childhood. You don't even know what that is. What is a childhood? I just noticed the feather or fur just flew from the sky. So Spirit's really like heavily around you, protecting you, supporting you right now. And you may not feel like it because you're purging so much things from your body. So you guys might be feeling ascension symptoms at this time. I don't know why it's so hard to say that. Okay, so let me read the message on the screen. You are going through a major tower moment in your life right now, but it's in alignment with your manifestation. What was removed was to make room for the new. You are acting a mess, but you are not seeing what blessings are being presented to you. You are purging fear and it feels scary, but Spirit wants you to know that all is well. So you might see that everywhere right now. Maybe you keep hearing all is well in your tarot readings that's coming up. But you are aligning with your blessings. So if you manifest something like, you say you want a new car and your car breaks down, or you have to give your car up, it got repossessed, Spirit's making room. That is your manifestation in the works. It may not look pretty, but the way that Spirit works is they take a hammer to your life, let it crumble, and then they rebuild on better soil. And they give you something better every single time. But because of the absence of whatever it is that you had before, there's fear that's in your body that's being purged at this time. So I would say continue to pray to your angels for support, for help. Ask them for support in your 3D and be open to how it shows up. That might be somebody taking you out. Reading to you, like holding your hand, crying with you, whatever you need. You do not have to do it all by yourself. When I was going through real deep deep dark night of the soul, and I don't know if I was gonna make it out of that one. I had to really ask the people around me to be there for me, the ones that could. And it did make a difference. There was times where I couldn't cry by myself anymore. I just really needed somebody to hold me, and those moments really helped me like push through that. So don't think that it's a weakness. I feel like I need to say that to this collective. I just kind of feel like your body's in fight or flight, and you need to calm your nervous system so you can start to see the blessing that's around you. This reminds me of like when I quit my job, and like my boyfriend started to like help me to get certain things that I needed while I was like pursuing my dreams and whatnot. And I couldn't really see the blessing in that at the time because I was purging all this fear, and and I was a very hyper independent person, so relying on another person made me feel very uncomfortable. But I needed to heal that feminine energy, so that was all a part of my process. So I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I feel like I needed to be vulnerable with you guys, because I feel like vulnerability for you is very much a hard thing. You feel like people use your vulnerability against you, and you're coming out of that cycle. You're gonna be feeling more empowered to share your emotions, to speak on the things that has happened to you, to be open in your relationships. A lot of the times we don't feel connected to the people around us because we are not able to be vulnerable. We feel like it's a weakness, or people might use it against us because that's what we experienced in the past, but we weren't in alignment with the people that we were meant to be in alignment with. When you experience stuff like that, it's not because you need to close off your heart. And I feel like that's the lesson Spirit's trying to teach you right now. They're trying to align you with love, because maybe you come out of a time where you had to have cold, hard boundaries, but it also left you feeling cold. It left you feeling not seen. It left you feeling naked, almost like no one could really see you, and I feel like there's many times where you cried and no one understood. And the thing that you're aligning with now is that Spirit wants to give you people who will be there for you, literally be there for you, love you. Like, you can rely on them. And maybe in your life you never got to rely on people because people always disappointed you. So maybe you were also hyper independent while I'm sharing this information with you. And it's like, that's what you need to heal at this time. Maybe you have to rely on someone at this time, and it feels hard. It feels hard to let go and be vulnerable. But you're going to be happy that you did. No one person should do everything by themselves. As human beings, we do need each other. It's just, who do we choose to have in our circle? People who are going to throw it in our face that we need them? No, those are not your people. Will you throw it in somebody's face? No. So you have to think about it from that perspective. You're aligning with people who are in the vibration of love. And because you're doing that, you have to purge fear from your body. So you have to let go of the fear. And I feel like it may feel scary right now, but you're being stripped naked. You're in a state of surrender. You're fully being embraced by, like, you're fully allowing the divine to heal you. And it feels scary because you're forced to face everything from your childhood up until now. And your childhood was a hard one. You had to really start your life at a young age. You had to really become mature. You didn't really have time to really sit down and watch TV. Maybe you watched SpongeBob and that was like your only outlet, Like, maybe that's how you escape in TV shows, because, like, that's what you had. You didn't really have a person. I just feel like I need to tell you that all is well, and you probably need a hug right now. And if there's no one around you that can hug you, hug yourself. Hold yourself. I like to, when I was going through that moment of my life, I lit candles and I would call in the presence of my angels, and I would just say, hold me, and I would just hug myself, and I would feel their energy inside of me, and it really did make a difference. So don't be afraid to ask your angels for that, and weep as much as you need to. That time of my life, I could fill tubs with the amount of tears that I've cried. However, it allowed me to shift in many, many ways. You're releasing the emotions stored in your body, all that fear, baby. But when you come out of this, you are going to be stronger than you are. Then you see, actually, you're going to be stronger than you think you are, because you are a very strong person. Your soul wouldn't be going through this if you weren't. And I know you hate being strong. And that's one of the reasons why you're being called to be vulnerable right now, to really be raw. Allow yourself to be raw. It's going to strengthen your relationships. It's going to strengthen the relationships that are meant to stay in your life. And you're attracting people who value you and don't use your vulnerability against you. I felt like you experienced that a lot in the past, and you're exiting that chapter, but you have to purge the fear from your body as well. And your psychic abilities are also going to be improving after this cycle as well. Like your level of discernment, it was great before, but it's going to be like, I'm feeling this strong energy. I'm just very aware of my third eye, and it's going to be very, you're gonna have that type of energy where people just don't understand where you're from. They just don't feel like you're human. That's coming up. Let's get some messages from the light seer stack. Yeah, you guys are gonna be seeing things from a different perspective after this major heartbreak. Either it's happened already or it's happening right now, and it's gonna lead you to focus on the things that you want to create. Focus on yourself, love on yourself, and really pull in that manifestation for you. You're gonna get the downloads that you need after you purge, but you need to purge certain feelings. That's what I'm hearing. Some of you guys could be a Gemini. Some of you guys could like the color blue. Purple as well is coming through. Some of you guys could have been getting your nails done recently. I just feel like Spirit's saying to take care of yourself during this time, soak, just really take care of yourself as if you were taking care of a child. That's coming up. Yeah, because you guys are in hermit mode right now. Some of you guys could be a Virgo, so you can heal your heart and your financial, and your the way that you see money, the way that your relationship with money. I feel like that's coming in really strongly. All right, Spirit, for group number 2, what do you want to say? And keep your mind positive as best as you can. So your world is shifting. You're like closing out a cycle, a karmic cycle. Okay, anything else for group number? Oh, a lot. Yeah. So right now, Spirit wants you to hold on to hope because things may feel very confusing for you. However, they're meant to be confusing at this time because you're healing a lot. Okay? And the next step for you in your life, this leap, you may be feeling hesitant to jump. However, it's like you will get to your final destination where you are like fulfilled emotionally and abundantly. It's gonna come through you having balance, though. Balance and patience. I feel like Spirit wants you to heal your spiritual side and your 3D side. So it's like maybe you guys let go of your spirituality, but you found your way back to spirituality. Maybe you it's like maybe you turned your back on God is also what I'm hearing. No judgment. You've been through a lot. Maybe you're just like, where was God when I was going through all these things? I understand. I feel you. I definitely get you. I will never tell you to not feel the way that you do. It just feels like you're coming back to your spirituality. Maybe Spirit sent you a bunch of signs or something. You experienced something spiritual and it was just like you knew you had to find your way back, or maybe you hit rock bottom and you were just like, you know what? I need something, and you found your way back to spirituality, and that's what's helping you right now. However, things are going to shift for you. I just feel like right now you need to purge all the things that you've been through and really just surrender your heartache into the divine. I recommend working with Mother Mary because I feel like this collective, maybe you have a deep mother wound as well. Maybe you grew up with a narcissistic parent and you had to be the adult. This is what I'm getting. It's like, and they still behave the same way they did as when you were a kid. 11/11 as I look up. But you guys, there's a new gateway that's here for you, a cycle that's closing out, and this is the way that you see yourself. These are the things that you settle for. These are the people that you settle for, the relationships that you settled for, the amount of money you settled for. Maybe you guys worked for less than you were worth, and you felt like every job you went to was slavery. All my life I had to fight is really what I'm getting from this energy. I just feel like you're being called to slow down right now and really have a pause for you. You've always been on go. So right now you're really being called to slow down, and it may feel terrible. It may feel scary because you hate that. You hate that. You never stood still, because when you stood still, then you had time to think, and whenever you had time to think, then you had to feel, and whenever you felt, it just reminded you of how you felt when you felt powerless as a kid. That's what I'm getting. It's just this energy was just you didn't want to be too much in your mind, so balance and stillness wasn't for you. You always had to be busy because you hated to stop and think about what the I've been through. I've been through a lot. So this is my collective where I'm sending you so much love. Your energy is one where I understand. I get you. I just feel like right now the only thing you need is a hug and the simple things. The simple things. We underestimate the simple things. You know what I mean? Like if you wake up today, when you wake up in the morning, a practice I want you to start doing is look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I need from me today? What do I need from me today? It could be so simple. You know, when I started this practice, it'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I would like some ice cream today, or I'd like to soak today. And the more I did that for myself, the more I invited self-love into my reality, the more I felt like I started putting myself as a priority. So recently, this Tower moment has shown you how much you put everybody else as a priority. And now Spirit wants you to redirect your focus to you. So that might be the reason why you're confused and really like one-on-one with the divine right now. I feel like the divine really had to get you alone. Excuse me, confirmation burp. To really get you with them. No other outside distractions, no other relying on nothing else. All you had was God. All you have right now is God. You're praying for a miracle. And miracles are coming for you. I just feel like you're underestimating the miracle that's right in front of you right now. And that's for you to heal and let go of the fear. It may feel scary. You may feel like, why am I being punished again? What's happening? But the relief that you're going to feel at the end of this cycle that I'm seeing right in front of me right now, it's wonderful. Abundance, love, freedom. You're going to be very connected to your spirituality as well. So you won't be selling your soul. I definitely feel that you will not be selling your soul for a dime. It's not worth it to you. The only thing you really want is peace. I really get that very strongly from you anyway. Like, yeah, you're hearing the love and the abundance is great, but what you really want is internal peace, and it's coming. That's literally what's happening for you right now. Don't underestimate this part of your journey. Let's get some mindful messages. Spirit, any mindful messages for pile number 2? This is a big manifestation, and I feel like Spirit really had to crumble your entire world for this to fit. That's really what I'm getting. Balance at the bottom. So some of you guys could also be a Libra, I'm getting. I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. I found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. That is an advice from Spirit as well. Let's see. Edge of Greatness. I've never seen this card. The universe is opening doors for me, bringing opportunities my way. I don't crumble at the edge of my greatness. I take the opportunities that come and walk through the doors with confidence. You guys are seeing 1111 a lot. I'm not going to lie. This chapter of your life, and if everything that I'm speaking on is what you're coming out of, just know it's very close. It's very close. If this is the beginning for you, just know that I just feel like I'm hearing 2 to 3 months. Just really focus on you and don't try to rush through the process. Really feel. Because no matter how hard you try to rush it, Spirit will slow you down so that you can feel. And I've been there where Spirit just be like, slow your ass down. Because your masculine energy want to always be on go. But Spirit's like, slow down. Feel. Purge. Where you're in this moment of like this bubble of healing for a reason so you can purge the fear. And it may feel crazy. Commitment. I'm committed to my growth and dreams. I set routines and habits that help me evolve into my fullest potential. Even though I may not see the physical manifestation of my desires, I know they have vibrationally manifested and are on their way to me. You guys, you're elevating your frequency, not just changing your external world, you're elevating in frequency. You're powerful. You really are. And this manifestation had to come through destruction. The end of a lot of friendships, the end of a lot of relationships for you. However, I just hear Spirit saying that don't leave your dreams up to chance. You know, if you want something, what is your plan? We can't be so vague with the things that we want. Say you want to achieve $1 million. How will you get there? Say you want to be debt free. How will you get there? If you're going to be debt free, you're going to need a plan. Do you even know how much debt you have? Start there, you know, and then how much are you going to save towards it? Because you can't just be paying off your debt and be broke. So you're going to need a plan, okay? Don't be afraid to tackle your life in that way. Let's see. Let's get some of my cards. Spirit, what do you want to say? As you grow and evolve, people will naturally fall out of your life. It is okay. They will be replaced with those who match your new frequency. Mourn the connections. You deserve people who are willing to grow. So maybe you guys could have picked another pile. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? Authenticity. Speak your truth without fear. You are worthy of being heard. A lot of your life you were silenced. I just hear that meme where it's like, were you silent or were you silenced? I love that meme. Subconscious reprogramming. So I feel like what I'm hearing is you guys are going to have to reprogram your mind for self-worth. listening to self-love frequencies for self-worth. You can listen to subliminals that are so silent that you don't hear them. It'll go straight to the subconscious mind. Or you can like just look up regular reprogramming where you can hear the affirmations if you don't trust like the background noise as well. I have a playlist down that I have in the description for Starseeds Raise Your Vibration. Self-love is in there. Self-love is the best frequency, baby. When you love yourself, you show the universe that you are ready to have everything that you desire, but you have to be your number one priority. So yes, doing a face mask is you manifesting your dream life. Okay, putting yourself for self-care, because this is my collective where you're very disciplined. You have no problem going after goals. However, that self-care, yeah, the universe wants to give you more, but if they see that you're already like putting yourself on the back burner for work, it's going to be hard for them to like want to give it to you, because you're just going to burn out. You're going to lead to burnout. So you need to show them that you balance your feminine and your masculine energy. That's coming up. Stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. Surrender. The less you know, the better. We have Neptune and Pisces. Your psychic abilities are increasing. Crystal healing. So Spirit's calling you to look for some crystals that can help you with healing. It's actually, I think this is rhodonite. This is a good for heart chakra healing. I also don't remember the name of this one, but anything green and pink, perfect for the heart chakra. The pain you feel when you initially walked away won't last forever. Hang in there. This too shall pass. If we hear this too shall pass one more time, all is well, this too shall pass, I know you're gonna be tired. Let's get some spirit messages to close off. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number 2? What do you want to say to group number 2, Spirit? Oh, that's a lot. Let's see. Sit in silence for a moment and listen to the answers. Sit in silence for a moment and listen. The answers you have been seeking are finally coming to you. Trust and believe that you are going to make it and be exactly where you need to be. We are on this journey with you. Hang in there. Not much longer. Not much longer now. Things are about to shift quickly. I know why there was resistance to remembering that, but like maybe you don't believe that things are going to shift for you, and it's all about what you believe is possible for you. If you keep telling yourself, not me, then that's exactly what's going to happen. So can you start to challenge the voice in your head that thinks that, okay, good things can't happen for me? I know you've been through a lot, but it's like it's time for you to rewrite the story. So that's why I'm getting subconscious reprogramming again for your mind. Okay, that's going to help you to push into the timeline that you want to push into. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. Maybe you guys used to overdo it in your connections. Maybe you used to always like break your back to make people happy. You're exiting out of people pleasing. That's coming. Look past what you feel are your incompatibilities. Instead, focus on everything you have achieved so far. It is okay to acknowledge your weaknesses, but keep in mind that they don't define you. Your strength and your beautiful soul are clear for all to see. You guys could have picked another pile for real. Where you are right now is where you are supposed to be. Don't compare yourself to others, and that only adds pressure. Take each day as it comes and for what it is. You are a better person than you were yesterday. Growth isn't easy, but you've got this. If your mindset is fixed, try to free yourself from that. Rise above it. Don't place limitations on what you think you can achieve. Don't stand in your own way. Allow yourself to flourish in all ways. Welcome abundance in all forms in your life. How are you experiencing abundance right now? Maybe you have roof over your head. Maybe you have food in your stomach. That's abundance, okay? Maybe you're able to move your body. That is abundance as well. We always just see abundance as money, and it's not just money. So in what ways are you already abundant? How can you be grateful for what you have in your life already? Yeah, so those are my messages for pile number 2. Thank you for tuning into this week's reading. I'm sending you so much love and clarity. I hope that clarity finds you like immediately, ASAP. Okay. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to this week's reading. I feel like some of you guys could have Pisces placements. I feel like this collective, you and I have had this conversation already. We've had this conversation already where you are avoiding creating your crafts. So if whatever video comes to mind when I say this, you're still avoiding it. You're avoiding creating your craft because of your limited beliefs. So I feel like you guys need to tackle that voice. You need to tackle that voice because, you keep telling yourself, oh, this is the reason why I can't write. That's the reason why I can't write. But it's fear. It's fear. You're afraid that if you do it and you get ridiculed for what you put out there, that you will be crushed and you will never survive. You won't come back. The truth of the matter is, not everybody's going to like your craft. However, the people who stop to criticize it, those are miserable people. They're very hateful people. There's many times where I'm scrolling online and I'll see something I don't like and I just keep it pushing. I'm not going to stop and spread hate. So really think about the mindset of the person that stops and spreads hate. And listen, if you're posting yourself online, you have the ability to delete a comment. This is your page. You have that power. However, I just feel like there's a part of you that just fears that if it stays in your, like, it's almost like if it stays in your mind, then you can continue to have this idea and like fantasize and, like live in your head and dream about all the good things that can happen, but you don't allow it to materialize if you keep it in your mind, if you keep it in your imagination. You've visualized enough. That's why I'm getting very heavy Pisces placements. Escapism. That's what I'm really getting. Like, if you're not a Pisces, maybe you have water placements. However, it's just like, baby, it's time for you to really go after your dreams. Believe in yourself. You need to be your number one fan. Okay? And your angels are really backing you on this. I feel like it's whatever you feel is going to happen is all in your head. However, if I'm looking over here, it's because the image is here, and I also have a paragraph that I'm going to read off to you guys as a channel message. So on the image, I love that SpongeBob meme where he's just stuck on the, and it's like, just write. Don't think about it too hard. If you guys are writing a book, just write. Pour out your heart, pour out your feelings. A lot of you guys have been through a lot of disappointment, a lot of abandonment wounds. You have, just a lot of rejection. Like, you guys dealt with a lot of rejection, and that's probably why you don't want to put your craft out there, because confirmation burp. You've dealt with rejection. Rejection, okay? Confirmation burp. Yeah. You guys know rejection. And you survived. You didn't die. Sometimes our mind makes us feel like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. But it's not. You learned something about yourself. Those experiences taught you something, and I feel like you just think it's going to be a lot worse than it is. Spirit's also saying to, like, blue light therapy could be significant for you guys to open up your throat chakra. So on here it says, when are you going to start writing that book? Creating your art. Enough excuses. Surrender perfectionism. Just create. Let your art be created without your judgment. Okay. I'm also hearing to heal your gut. At this time, that could be why you're experiencing a lot of anxiety, as well as depression. So it's coming up. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say to group number 3? The 333 could be significant as well. Like, you guys are my communication pile. Very heavy. There's no doubt in my mind. I just feel like you guys need to believe in yourself. Just do it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I first started tarot, oh God, I was shaking. I was so afraid to put myself online, especially, I love like fairy energy, and I learned, like, when you like resonate with that energy, you don't want to be seen, and it's just like, but I had all these dreams. I wanted to be able to like do tarot, write, speak, because I always like, I just felt like I've been through a lot and I can share a lot of wisdom. However, being seen used to terrify me. And the more I kept putting myself out there, the more comfortable I now feel on camera. Like, now I can like laugh with you guys. But before, like, I was holding a piece of paper, like scared, all of a sudden I couldn't read. Like, it just felt like I was just super nervous, stumbling over my words. And even now I still stumble over my words. However, I don't let it keep me down. I don't edit it out. I let it stay, because you need to see that. When you see the beginning stages of people's growth, it shows you that no one's perfect. And sometimes we'll see people where they're like at the end of their growth, and it's like, people never stop growing, but they're like, they perfected their craft, and that's when we see them, and then we're like, oh my God, I can never. But they had to start somewhere. So whenever I really love like a YouTuber that does what I do, I'll go back to their beginning videos and I'll watch how they evolved. So it reminds me that, okay, like, they had to evolve too. Look how much they've grown. So maybe that's what you need to do too, Let's see. All right, Spirit, what are your messages for pile number 3? Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Anything else for pile number? Okay. So, you already know this is going to be a very honest video. Okay, so if you don't want to hear it, I suggest keep clicking off of it. However, darling, your world is changing. You're completing a cycle. So whether you want to jump or not, you will be moved. Your spirit team is letting you know you will be moved, darling. Okay, however, right now you're struggling with your limited beliefs. You need to tackle that. You do, because it's time for you to really just challenge the fear anyway. Listen, fear is going to be there. We have the option to listen or not to listen. Do it afraid. You know, you will become more and more comfortable with your craft as the more you practice it, but you won't become comfortable or better at it if it's still stuck in your head. You know, don't be afraid of playing the long game, like really planting your seeds and tending to that soil. You know, you want to see quick success. You want overnight success. And it's like you're trying to avoid doing the work, but you know you have to do the work. And it's like the more you try to avoid doing the work, you sit in anxiety because you stall your life instead of taking action because that feels better to you. However, it's still causing you anxiety in your reality, and you still worry about why am I not shifting, but you are not willing to put one foot in front of the other. So this message needed to find you, because I'm going to be real honest with you. Every time I felt anxiety in my reality is because I wasn't moving. I wasn't moving out of fear of what could happen. How could people perceive my craft? I had to surrender that. And even to this day, as I post, I don't look back at it. I'm just like, I give it to God. I give it over to the internet, and yeah, that's it. Whatever you guys think about the video ain't none of my business. And the reason why I say that is because if I sit there fixating on how you're perceiving it, it will keep me in a paralysis. You know, so sometimes we don't take action and we just look at this. She thinks she's trapped, but she isn't. She really isn't. All she has to do is just walk. But because she's so blinded by fear, she has no idea. So the thing is, when you start to do it anyway, you're gonna realize, oh, fear can kiss my motherfucking ass. Because I'm going to do it anyway. And if anybody don't like my craft, guess what? Deleting comments. I'm not above deleting a comment. So I say that to say, babes, that don't mean that the fear isn't still there. Just do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because you're going to be more regretful that you keep staying stuck. Anxiety comes in our reality when we are not doing the things that are in alignment with us. And because we are afraid. Because we don't want to move forward. Or we feel like, oh, if I move forward, what could happen? The best things are going to happen for you when you move forward. Okay, stop giving yourself excuses to stay stagnant. And then you sit up there and you wish upon a star. You're like, Spirit, you're not doing anything. Spirit's waiting on you. Spirit is waiting on you to make that move, to make that step. Abundance is a 1 foot in front of the other thing for you guys, you know? It's like if you're writing a book, you got to start with page 1. So don't be afraid to plant seeds and to water it and to have patience with it. To have patience with yourself. You know, a lot of you guys keep replaying what has happened to you in the past. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you're going to have to heal, but also keep working on you while you're healing, baby. Like, keep doing things for you while you're healing. Because the healing journey don't stop. I'm hearing. I was going to say I'm seeing 777, but I don't know. Maybe you guys watched the video on that angel number? I don't know. Yeah, Spirit's saying don't be afraid of hard work. Really, truly. Because you guys are walking through the gateway. You know, you could be seeing 1111. You could have also picked another pile, but it's just like the where you are right now, it's so uncomfortable. Like, Spirit has made your reality so uncomfortable. That's why your anxiety is through the roof right now. Because Spirit has made your world so uncomfortable to the point where they want you to jump. They want you to walk through this gateway. They don't want you to stay stagnant. So they're making your frequency is not a match for the reality that you're in right now. So you have no choice but to step, but to walk, but to do. You know, a lot of times it's hard for us to do because we don't have a plan. Ask yourself, what does my dream reality look like? If you're embodying your higher self, what are their thoughts? What are their feelings? What are their hobbies? What are their values? Get clear on it. You know, if you don't want to take any actual action right now, just create a plan. Create a plan. Start there. If you want to write, how are you going to write? What time are you going to write? When are you going to write? Where are you going to write? You know, if you have a time, a location, you're more likely to do it as well. So if you're trying to form new habits, it's going to require you to really take that action, you know, and let go of who did you dirty in the past, because guess what? That's their cycle. That's the cycle that they went through. You learned something from that experience, and people are dying to hear about it. your experience through all of that, all the betrayal that you've been through. People are dying to read about it because it's so common. People with this trickster energy, they're everywhere. These energy vampires, these roaches, they're everywhere. So imagine all the lives that you're gonna change when you share your perspective on it. Just don't be afraid of creating. I just feel like that's coming up very strongly, and don't be afraid of hard work. Travel could be significant as well for you guys. Maybe you're going somewhere soon. Yeah. All right, let's get some angel messages. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say to group number 3? So maybe it's could be like doing chest workouts at the gym right now. Maybe your chest is hurting you right now. It's coming through. Self-worth. You know what I'm getting? These people of your past came in to teach you to love yourself, to really love yourself and respect yourself. You know, a lot of you guys did not respect yourself before. I'm seeing point of view twice. So I feel like Spirit's asking you to look at things from a different point of view right now. You know, the Hangman isn't here, but that's what I'm getting as well. Some of you guys could be a Taurus right now, because I'm filming this in Taurus season. I'm also hearing maybe it's your birthday when you're watching this, or your birthday's coming up. Yeah, you guys, Spirit wants you to connect to your higher self, because you guys could be seeing the number 222 and 1010, but Spirit wants you to connect to your higher self. Your higher self has messages for you. It's some type of clarity that's coming in, so you can set the intention, light a flame to connect to your higher self and welcome in this truth. Your higher self has a lot to say to you right now, about balance as well, how to bring balance into your life, how to create this plan that you're looking for. I do recommend like the playlist that I made for you guys. There's a quantum jumping meditation. I used that to connect to my higher self to really get the downloads that I needed to create certain crafts, and I've been getting more information on top of more information to create, and my higher self is going crazy. So I do recommend that for my writers as well. So if you do find it hard to write, maybe you're experiencing writer's block, connect to your higher self. I'll co-create with them. You know, like whenever I'm writing, I'll call in the Holy Spirit. I'll call in my higher self, and I'll be like, hey, what are your downloads? You know, and when I do these channel messages, I'm calling on other beings. You know what I mean? That voice, that communication, you know, I just feel like you don't have to do it by yourself. That's coming through. Allow your angels to write with you. You can also call on Archangel Michael to help you write while you are writing. So whoever you feel drawn to, call on them. Don't be afraid to use your resources. Don't let your ego stop you. You know, I feel like your ego tries to keep you small, tries to keep you playing small, you know, but you're not happy in the reality that you are, because you know you're destined for so much more. Yeah, and I feel like you guys need to like speak more kindly to yourself so that you can believe in yourself. So what are the stories that you're telling yourself? You know, it's really time for you to work with that mind, that limited belief, planting new seeds in your mind that are powerful. You know, replace the old beliefs with better ones. That's coming through. Also, Spirit saying to also have gratitude, practice daily gratitude as well, to help you shift out of this anxious mode. A message from Spirit is coming through, very strong. I just feel like it's gonna come in stillness. It's the guidance and assistance that you need. I also feel like something in this video is going to click for you. Like after you're watching this video, something's going to click for you. You're going to be able to shift in a way that you want to. Let's see. All right, Spirit. Any messages for pile number 3? Crystal healing could be significant as well. It's very hard for me to shuffle these. Some of you guys could be a Leo. Spirit saying to put on 417 hertz to like clear out the negative energy in your home. You know, something that you can do to welcome in better energy in the environment that you are. And this is someone who does like a lot of shadow work. Like what I'll do is I'll sage my space, clean my space, declutter my space, and then I'll put on like high vibe music. So it can be gospel, it could be you know, just like feel good music, and I'll like blast it in the room, and I'll just listen to music, dance around, feel happy, and all the energy that you do in a room, it embeds in the wall. So if you start to consciously do that, your environment will start to feel happier. You know, don't underestimate your part in your reality. You need to stop taking the back seat. It's time for you to step up. That's really what I'm getting. As you grow and evolve, people will naturally fall out of your life. All right, let's split the deck on this. Your third eye is opening. Vivid dreams. So you guys are having a lot of vivid dreams at this time. Your psychic abilities are increasing. Trust it. Your dreams are sending you messages as well as well. So I feel like you guys are being having weird dreams. Don't be afraid to Google it or look it up, because even though it may seem weird to you, spirit might be trying to send you a message. It's time to let go of what you think your type is. Those types of connections are no longer serving you. You've outgrown them. Research what supplements are good for your body. Time to invest in your physical health. So gut health is coming up again. Maybe the things you're eating are really contributing to your mood. Selfish. Only think about themselves. Opportunist takers. These are the people that you're letting go of. Energy vampires. Yeah, of course, selfish and energy vampires were together. Yeah, I saw an orb, so I'm gonna say that as confirmation. The simple things are your blessings. Gratitude's coming up again. Click shuffle on your playlist 3 times. Channeled song from Spirit Team. So your Spirit Team has a message for you. Just shuffle your playlist 3 times. Yeah, Leo's coming up again. Yeah, and your creativity. So Spirit's really... they're asking you to go outside, to sit in the sun, sunbathe right now, touch the grass. Really just connect with Mother Nature for healing at this time. To really bring up your mood. Bring up your energy. Social media fame. Something goes viral. All your hard work paying off. 6 of Wands energy. So I feel like, Spirit's saying that once you get consistent with your dreams, things will just start to fall in place for you. It's just they're waiting for you to walk through this timeline, this gateway. Let them misunderstand you. Rejection is protection. Sudden change is coming. I love that for you. Let's close off with some spiritual messages for you guys. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say to pile number 3? Okay. Anything else for pile number 3? Anything else for pile number 3, Spirit? Anything else for pile number 3? Okay, 1 card. Before I even, I just saw one word, this one sentence. You are not moving too slowly. The thing is with anxiety, we may not move. We may stay stagnant and be stuck in fear, crippled in fear. And however, we feel like there's this voice that's just telling us we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough. But sometimes, even the moments where we're stuck and stagnant, it's because we need to hear something to get us going. So I even feel like this message needed to find you, and you needed to hear this right now. And you need to be still and to really recognize what's going on, because maybe you guys aren't really aware of what you're doing. Sometimes it's just so natural. This is a natural coping mechanism for you, and when we realize our natural coping mechanism is when we can start to bring awareness to it for change. So this video is not to shame you or to make you feel bad. It's just to be honest with what's going on with you in your life. I don't sugarcoat things, because if you want change, you gotta hear it sometimes. So it says, you are not moving too slowly. Drop the self-induced pressure. You are at the sweet spot between taking care of yourself and still making advancements on your goals. On this path, there is no such thing as being behind. Smile, breathe, and carry on. So you might be comparing yourself. What I'm getting from that message, you might be comparing yourself to other people. And I just feel like Spirit's saying to don't underestimate where they're coming from as well, and to focus on yourself. Because when you look at other people's goals, where they are, it feels like, oh my God, I'm not doing anything in my life. But you also underestimate what you've done previously. That's coming up. Self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature. Ground yourself. Meditate. Listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy most, do that today. I just feel like this last card is everything we said today, and that was the icing on top. Let's close off with actually some spiritual gifts. I want to see what you guys need. So Spirit, what kind of spiritual gifts does this collective have? Okay, that popped out. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Ooh. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. Okay. Spiritual decor consult. So some of you guys could be into spiritual decor for homes and stuff. We have spiritual engineer, spirit board. Some of you guys could create. So you're being called to explore working with a talking. You're being called to explore working with a talking board to communicate with the spirits that have crossed over the other side. So some of you guys, I'm actually getting that maybe you talk to spirits from the other side, but this might be your ancestors. Dream interpretation. Yeah, your dreams are very magical. There's gems in there. Okay. Manifestation coach. Love that for you. We have chakra work, numerology, runes, scrying. Okay, so those are my messages for, actually something's standing out to me. Stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. That was from my cards. That was standing out. Okay, so those are my messages for pile number 3. Thank you for tuning into this week's reading, and I'll see you in the next one.